feel like the industry has tried to count you out? Like,
Since I started.
talk about it, man. Because I think people look, to be honest, people see you're gorgeous. You're getting endless bags. You are, listen, that girl, right? I don't think they understand how many doors, how many rejections, how many times people have counted you out.
I saw it on TikTok. They were like, they talk about pretty privilege, but they don't talk about pretty punishment. There's been so many times I've just been counted out, and I know that it's behind animosity. I know it's because of a hidden agenda, but it makes me work harder. But this has happened like my whole life. So it's like what I deal with in the industry is just different face, same case.
Oof. Feel like the
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Saweetie.
And Nessa. Nessa Nitty.
And I'm sorry, and that's maybe right.
Nessa,
I apologize for that. Yeah.
So you want to
Pretty
go first,
punishment.
or you want me to?
Whatever you want, you choose.
I feel like as a man, you gonna toe a line, so I'm gonna just start. Um,
I'm absolutely not going to tread a line.
okay, because sometimes you do. Sometimes you're like, ah. So here's the thing. Saweetie is pretty. That's true. Her music, the music I've heard was catchy. I liked it. It was cool. Basically, okay, so just to recap, she's saying that she's had some issues because of animosity and hidden agendas, which I
That's what
think
she
we
said.
all encounter, you know, throughout our lives in some way or another, especially when it comes to getting jobs or being at a job or whatever the case may be. So I can totally understand that. I think where it went left before she said that, but I think where it went left for me, where my confusion is we all experience barriers to entry. It doesn't really matter what it is, and in certain spaces, it's even harder to do things, and just the mere existence of certain groups of people in this world, just people have a harder time getting things. What irritated me about watching this was the implication that the reason there have been agendas and animosity is because this woman is pretty. I want to tell Saweetie a secret. Even when you're not pretty, people have hidden agendas and animosity. And you played right into the shit that you didn't have to play into. You could have been like, you know what? I totally understand that I am privileged and that it's probably opened a lot of doors for me. But I'm also talented. She should have stood in that. Should have been like, I am also talented, and I feel like people don't always see my worth or whatever. But instead, she implied that people have it out for her because she's pretty and she don't be getting jobs and stuff because she's pretty. Girl, you think that's the reason why? Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with Saweetie and her music or her acting or anything she's done. Honestly, Saweetie has gotten, when I say I don't think there's anything wrong with it, I think it's fine. Like, I don't have I'm not like, oh my gosh, when's the next flick coming out? Or I'm not asking when's the next song coming out. Wasn't even thinking about her until I saw this clip. But what I will say is, it's not that groundbreaking. It's not so groundbreaking that anyone is confused about why, like, you're not the top artist in the world, or why, like, I don't like to tear other women down. And so I'm really trying. But pretty punishment, Girl, pretty punishment? You're not being punished because you're pretty. In fact, doors have opened for you because you're pretty. Probably more doors than you would have gotten if you weren't. No, absolutely more doors than if you weren't. You're also connected in the industry. Like, we know that too. So, and that might be a reason. Like, if she would have said that, I have industry connections even before I was out. And I think that's part of the reason why, like, people just don't, people think I'm just here, like, off of who I know or whatever. I would have been like, oh, okay. You think you don't get stuff because you're pretty? I hate shit like this so much. I hate when people, because what? What are you talking about? Pretty punishment.
Oh man.
First of all, get off of TikTok with people talking about shit like that. Go talk to your PR person, your publicist, whoever, your your agent, whoever, your confidant. Go talk to somebody else about that, and then maybe they would have told you, yeah, you might not want to go and say, like, I guess maybe you're not being punished for being pretty.
Right.
Maybe you're just not that good.
Hmm.
Maybe okay is where you're at. Everybody's not phenomenal. Let's just be honest about that right now. Just because it's a bop don't mean that all of them are bops, and it don't mean that you could bop forever.
But that's where my questions begin. Do we know a Saweetie slap?
What was the song? That's my type, nigga. That's my type. That was a bop.
What year was that?
Dum 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 dum.
What year was that?
I don't know. Not this one.
We're gonna find out.
Maybe like 2022, 21.
My Type. I found it. My Type. Go to album. 2019.
Oh, that was before COVID?
My Type by Saweetie came out on Icy, which came out March 29th,
Yeah.
2019. 2019. Let me say something here. This is my confusion. Because maybe I'm out the loop. It's possible.
Maybe I
I'm
am
not going to
too.
sit here. I'm not going to sit here and say I know everything about Saweetie. I know very little about Saweetie. Now, let me tell you what I do know. What I do know is every time I hear about Saweetie, it's a brand deal. It's a McDonald's
Yes.
deal. It's a Crocs deal. It's a brand deal. I
When I
very
think of her, I
rarely
think about
hear.
McDonald's.
Right, exactly. You think about brand deals. Now, what you don't think about very often is her music.
Well, I do hear when I hear her name, I see McDonald's. I see her McDonald's commercial, and I hear that's my type, nigga. That's my type.
Cool.
I just want to be
Now,
honest.
and that's good. You should be honest. That's what we're here for. Honesty. Now, let me be
And Quavo
honest. Thank you, because that's where I was headed. I was gonna say,
and
honestly,
Gabrielle
all I
Union
know. Nah,
is
me.
her cousin.
Then she should holler at her cousin. Maybe her cousin can help her out, who also is very pretty.
Very pretty and very talented.
And so maybe this is what I want to say. And I know you said maybe I'm a hold back, but I'm not. Because I don't know what the fuck Saweetie is talking about.
Right.
First of all, I don't hear about Saweetie's music. I always hear about her brand partnerships, her brand deals, the new thing she has coming out with a brand. So maybe what Saweetie needs to do, if she cares about music, this is going to sound crazy, maybe put out music. Maybe consistently, keyword, consistently put out music.
Maybe.
And then maybe people will know Saweetie for music, not just
That's
for
also
being
true.
pretty and having ass. Maybe then people will know her for more. That's number one. Number two, we still know you from Quavo. Let's just be honest here. Most of us know that you're the person that Quavo DM'd, and that's where all of this started.
No,
What was it? A
I don't want to
snowflake
say
or
most of us know that because
something
I think we
like?
knew her before Quavo.
I didn't.
A lot of people knew her before Quavo, so I don't think that's true.
Okay. All right. Then I'm fine with being wrong if that's the case. But my point remains, if you put out music consistently and did things in the music space, maybe we would know you for music instead of Crocs and Happy Meals. Also, I agree. Why are you on TikTok so much? You on the interview on the radio station, doubling down on some bullshit from TikTok? Listen, this is what happens, and I just said this to my daughter this weekend. When you allow group think to dictate your life is going to be really, really weird because that means you don't use your own brain. Sweetie, if you think the world is against you, that's your personal problem. That don't got shit to do with the fans and the music industry. And let me tell you something. It cannot both be the music industry and something you dealt with your whole life. It can't be both. It sounds like Sweetie need to go lay on the couch and go to therapy and work out some of the things that she's been holding on to since she was a small child. Because if you think you've been dealing with this your whole life, then it can't be the music industry's fault too. It sounds like you have been dealing with some inner demons, and that's fine. We all got them, but you got to find a way to work through them. So maybe you need to put the TikTok down, go get on somebody's couch, and figure out how to work through these problems.
Yeah.
Because pretty punishment is not a thing. It's a thing the internet made up. It's bullshit.
Now what I do know is that, and I feel like we're not in we're farther away from this era than we were before. I do think that there was like a section of women at some point where people thought they were not smart because they were pretty. Now, if she would have said that, I would have been like, oh, okay, because there are people who are that ignorant. But, girl, you're not being punished because you're pretty. In fact, a lot of people probably look at you and say, oh, we could work with this because she's so pretty. And she's sweet and she's cute and she's got some talent. We could do something with this.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I just get out of our comments. If you come on here and tell me that I am not pretty, I will block you.
And I'm going to just be honest. I know I'm not pretty. So before y'all come in here and say this ugly nigga with the glasses, that's fine. But that's not the conversation. Because I know I'm not pretty. It's okay. And if y'all want to give me some pretty privilege, I will gladly take some. Just letting y'all know. I ain't fly. But I'll take some pretty privilege, because if McDonald's needs an ordinary, decent looking guy, I'm here for it.
If McDonald's needs a what? A decent man?